Hi everybody, welcome to our short video about our new safe use of digital technology policy, which we have created in line with the Department of Education new regulations starting 1st September 2025. In this policy, we look at some of the uh, new rules that we need to create about photos and videos of children, CCTV, and digital devices. So there are rules about taking photos, using photos, storing photos, and destroying images and videos of children. There's new rules about parent authorization for photos and videos of children. There's new rules about using CCTV in your premises. And there's new rules about the use of digital devices issued by the service and the use of digital devices by children, such as such as iPads and tablets and phones. So most of these rules are things that you guys are already doing in your services, and we are just required to make rules about it so that it is in our policy. The first rule, the most important rule, is that we make sure we don't take photos of children's private parts at any time, even if the child has an injury or a nappy rash. Using your phone, everyone can use their phones. Educators are allowed to use their phones in their family daycares to take photos of videos of children on the condition that the device is protected by a strong passcode or biometric lock. And any cloud backup feature, such as iCloud or Google Photos, is disabled. And if you have photos of children or videos uploaded to your iCloud or Google Photos, we ask that you delete those, please. You can use photos but to send to parents, but you can't post them on social media such as Facebook or Instagram. And you can send it to parents by any means that are convenient for you and the parents, including WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or other ways. And if you have a WhatsApp group with your parents in your service, that is fine, as long as there is a written parent permission for it. So everything to do with photos and videos requires written parent permission, and we have a parent permission form for you guys to use. This is what the parent permission form looks like. It will have the parent's name at the top and the date. It'll have the names of the children and their date of birth, and then parents can tick one of these, can tick the 9 boxes. The first question says, do you give permission for photos and videos of your children to be taken? If they say no, that's the end of the story. If they say yes, you go to question 2. Do you give permission for photos and videos of your children to be shared with the principal office? If they say no, that's the end of then they can say no if they want, or they can say yes. That shouldn't have a number 3 there, but just ignore that. Then the question is, do you give permission for photos and videos of your children to be shared with parents of other children who attend the above FTC residence, including on group chats such as a parent WhatsApp group? If they say yes, then you can have a parents WhatsApp group. If you want to have a parents WhatsApp group, please make sure they say yes to this question. If you want to share photos on that WhatsApp group, I should say, you can always have a parents WhatsApp group, but if you want to share photos, if you want photos to be shared, then they have to click yes. And don't forget, if you do have a parents WhatsApp group, they also need to give permission to have their phone number shared with other parents. The next question is, do you give permission for photos and videos of your children to be used in the services, documents, and promotional materials? So the parent just says yes or no. The next question is, do you give permission for photos and videos of your children to be posted on social media? So parents might say yes or no. So if you have a Facebook page or an Instagram page marketing your service and parents allow you to use photos of their children in your marketing, then you would be allowed to do that. But otherwise, you shouldn't do that. Question 9, do you require photos of nappy rashes or other similar conditions to be taken? So, for example, some parents told us that if their child does a really big poo or a really hard poo, the parent sometimes needs to know about that so they can look after their child appropriately. So they may need you to take a picture when a baby or a toddler does a really hard poo. So yes, you should talk to parents about that. And if they do need those kinds of photos to be taken, then the parent can tick yes and they can sign it and give you permission to take those photos. Now, this form is only for existing children who are already in your service, but for future children who will be enrolling in your service, we have the child enrollment form, and we have all those same questions on the child enrollment form, and we need to make sure that this doesn't have numbers in those sections, but don't worry about that. Now, make sure you delete photos after a child terminates from your service. You shouldn't be storing photos of that child in your service unless you have written parent permission to do so. And if you happen to ever close your service, which we hope you don't, then you also need to delete all photos of all children who attended your service from your devices. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. And have a lovely day.